several months. How does the Q1 result look?
Well, the results are looking much worse than what the street was estimating. Once again, it's a loss that the company has posted on the bottom line. This is actually higher than what the street was expecting. So a net loss of 1,323 crores is what the company has posted. This compares to a 1,045 crore loss last quarter. So it's 2 consecutive quarters of losses that the company has seen. Now, there are many reasons for this. Even on the EBITDA line, that is the core operational performance as well, there is a loss of 1,018 crores that the company has posted. From the top line, actually, there is a disappointment. So the revenue growth is much lower than what the industry has done and much lower than the street expectations. It's only a growth of 6.5% that the company has posted versus an industry growth of 10 to 15% in this quarter, and an expectation of a 10% growth. So it's a top-down miss that Jet Airways has seen. Now, what are the reasons for the losses that the company has posted? One, fuel expense has surged. Of course, it has surged for the entire industry, but this time around, fuel expense for Jet Airways has gone to 2,330 crores versus 1,524 crores same time last year. That's a big build-up. Also, the interest costs for Jet Airways have increased to about 245 crores versus 195 odd crores. Of course, we await more details. The management has said that they are looking at some cost reduction methods. They are raising revenues through monetization and looking at raising funds, but they have not given any exact details on what these cost reduction measures will be. For now, I can expect the stock to open in the red tomorrow. We have, I think, Mr. Tulsian and Prakash Diwan on the line as well. Mr. Tulsian, good evening. This loss of 1,323 crores is much worse than what we saw last quarter. How would you read into these numbers, sir?
Sonia, definitely the numbers are seen to be quite bad. And if you really see the situation, they've given that in note 4 and 5, saying that the forex loan and all that. But my point is that if you really see the situation, it is more of a financial breakage which we have been seeing in case of the company. In fact, in the March quarter, we have seen the losses at about 1,036 crore. Now this losses has come at 1,323 crore. So I don't think that one can really draw the solace that all other 2 airlines also have shown the losses, because this is the own problem of Jet Airways, and having gone into the deep financial mess, which they have created for last couple of quarters, is seen to be quite bad.
Yes, in fact, we have Prakash Diwan with us as well. Prakash, the aviation industry had done pretty well as far as passenger growth was concerned. Agreed, there were a lot of operational issues, but passenger growth was double-digit. Unfortunately, Jet Airways couldn't cope up with the top line as well. Do you think it's an all-round miss, and despite the fall of 60% that we've seen in the stock, would you expect more pressure?
So, Sonia, there are 2 different things. One is the operational miss on that count. It's a disaster. You had Indigo, which actually had a little bit of an issue in this quarter because of some of its flights getting grounded and all, and Jet had a very good chance to up its ante in terms of increasing revenue. And they've not been able to do that. And secondly, coming to the price, my sense is there is this 1,000 crores kind of a respite that everybody is looking at, whether this comes through the JP, the frequent flyer monetization, whether it comes through lending some planes to Light Blue or some other airlines, and making sure that you optimize your fleet. They will have to come up with something for the price to move up. But I think that the performance of the company was already priced in, and then that's why the stock is half from its recent highs. So I don't think there could be any. I mean, it will open in the red first. I think there's much disaster on the price side, but there could be some respite if the government announces, let's say, some sort of a GST inclusion in aviation turbine fuel. So some help could come in from those angles, and then the price could start restoring. But the operational miss is a disaster, and they will have to do something about getting that right. If that doesn't, I don't think they can sustain. Even with another, as Tulsian sir was saying, you can't keep on putting good money in a financial mess, to chase bad money. So that's where the problem lies.
Oh, absolutely. And it's another quarter where the auditors have raised issues about, it being a going concern. I mean, it's been going on for many quarters now where the auditors have raised these concerns. And once again, another time they've done that. Just one final question to Mr. Tulsian. Mr. Tulsian, you know, we expected this kind of performance from Jet Airways after Interglobe posted their EBITDA loss. I mean, if Indigo with the lowest cost structure can go into an EBITDA loss, then, you know, what about Jet Airways where the cost structure is so warped? So this was actually expected in a way. Do you think a lot of it is in the price, or would you expect the stock to underperform some more?
See, Sonia, if I refer the segment numbers, I don't think that the operational numbers are seen to be as bad as it is perceived to be. Because if you really see the situation, EBIT on the domestic front is at 18 crore. On the international front, it is 1578 crore. Excellent numbers. I don't think that one should have any complaint. But the other unallocable expenditure of 3,915 crore in this quarter is all the hidden story, which, you know, in fact, I would say that the earlier losses were seen, you know, pushed under the carpet, which are now coming out because now they've come at a breaking point, on the financial breaking point, and that is why they have to disclose all these things. So, in fact, this throws the confidence on the audited numbers also, having presented by so many companies, including Jet Airways, and even the auditors need to be questioned. But yes, coming now on the valuations, now it has become, you know, because the promoters have come at a breaking point where they have to think of monetizing the non-core assets, or maybe, you know, sale and lease back and inducting a fresh strategic investor, because Etihad have not been able to do anything. So I think that now, having realized this, in fact, maybe stock will definitely correct on this, but I don't think that much weakness is seen in the stock purely from a fundamental point of view. Sentiments will definitely see the stocks going down tomorrow, maybe by 6 to 8% or 10% as well. But after seeing that kind of correction, it holds a good potential for any new acquirer or new strategic investor seen coming in, because aviation is having a lot of potential. Even Jet Airways is seen to be having good assets and, you know, good tangible and intangible assets, maybe in the parking slots and, you know, so many flying rides and all sort of things. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Tulsian and Prakash Diwan, thank you so much for joining us. So just to summarize, these numbers are a howler, much weaker than expected. Losses pile up for Jet Airways, 1,300 crores of losses compared to 1,000 crores last quarter. And it's an all-round miss with huge rise in fuel expenses and in interest costs. Over to you.
All-round miss for Jet Airways. Thanks very much, Sonia, for putting this into perspective for our viewers across the country. We're going to take a short break here on CNBC TV18. But up next, the Andhra Pradesh government taps Dalal Street to mobilize funds to build its capital. Amravati mops up 2,000 crore rupees with a listing of a bonds issue.